Do you feel confused when you see graphs, charts, or diagrams in writing task 1? Then this video is exactly for you. Today I will teach you IELTS academic writing task 1 step by step in simple way so you can understand what examiner actually want. First, understand the writing section of IELTS exam. IELTS writing is divided into two different tasks. The first one is task 1. In task 1, you need to do report writing. You may have to describe a graph, chart, process, map, or diagram clearly and logically. The second one is task 2. In task 2, you need to write an essay. Here, you will give your opinion, discuss idea, solve a problem, or explain advantages and disadvantages of a topic. Now, many students think both tasks are equal, but that is not true. There is a very important difference. In task 1, you get 20 minutes. You need to write at least 150 words, and this task carries 33% of your writing score. In task 2, you get 40 minutes. You need to write at least 250 words, and this task carries 66% of your writing score. That means task 2 has double the weightage compared to task 1. So if you want a higher band score, you must focus more on writing task 2. Good vocabulary, clear ideas, proper grammar, and strong structure in task 2 can make a big difference. Remember this one rule: task 2, more mark, more important. So prepare smartly. Here, your job is to analyze visual information and describe it clear, organized way. You need to look carefully at the information given. Understand the main trend, important changes, similarities, differences, and key ideas. Now the question can come in different formats. The first type is line graph. A line graph usually shows changes over time. For example, population growth from 2010 to 2020. The second type is bar chart. Bar charts compare different categories. For example, comparing sales or different companies. The third type is pie chart. Pie chart shows percentages or proportions. For example, how many people spend their monthly income. The fourth type is the table. A table gives information in row and columns. You need to compare and summarize the important data. The fifth type is a map. In map question, you compare changes in a place over time. For example, how a town looked in 2000 and now and how looked today. And the sixth type is process diagram. Here you explain how something works or how something is made step by step. For example, how coffee is produced or how plastic bottles are recycled. So remember, in academic task 1, you don't give opinions. You simply observe, analyze, compare, and report information accurately. That is the key to scoring high. Now let's talk about one of the biggest mistakes students make in academic writing, task 1. And this mistake can seriously reduce your score. Many students look at the chart or graph and immediately start giving their personal opinions. For example, they begin explaining why something happened, or they start writing what they think about the situation. This is a serious mistake. You need to remember one very important rule in task 1. You are not writing an opinion essay. You are not asked to explain reason, and you are not asked to give your personal thoughts. Read that carefully. Your examiner is not checking your opinion here. Task 1 is simply an information transfer task. That means you look at the visual information, understand the important details, and transfer that information into clear written English. Nothing more. Let's look at the example. Suppose a chart shows car sales increasing from 2010 to 2015. Many students write something like this: I think people bought more cars because life became easier. This is wrong, because now you are giving your personal explanation, instead writing only what the data shows. A correct sentence would be: car sales increased significantly between 2010 and 2015. Notice the difference? You are describing the data, not explaining the reason behind it. So remember this golden rule for task 1. Describe what you see. Do not guess reasons. Do not give personal opinions. If you make this mistake, your band score can drop very quickly. Keep it simple, observe the data, report the facts, and stay objectives. Now, before you start preparing for the writing, you need to understand how your writing is actually scored. Many students think examiner only check grammar, but that is not true. In IELTS writing, your answer is judged on 4 important scoring criteria, and each criteria directly affects your final band score. If you understand these 4 criteria properly, you can improve your writing much faster. So let's understand them one by one. The first scoring criteria is task achievement. This simply means, did you answer exactly what the question asks? Did you include all the important information? Did you complete the task correctly? For example, if the question asks you to compare 2 charts, but you only describe one chart, you lose marks. So remember, your answer must match the task perfectly. The second scoring criteria is coherence and cohesion. This means, are your ideas connected in a clear and a logical order? Does your writing flow smoothly from one sentence to another? Are your paragraphs properly organized? For example, if your ideas jump randomly without connecting, the examiner will find it difficult to understand your writing. Good writing should feel natural and organized. Every sentence should connecting with the next sentence. The third scoring criteria is lexical resource. This is all about your vocabulary. Did you use a wide range of words, or did you keep repeating the same simple words again and again? For example, instead writing big repeatedly, you can use better words like large, enormous, significant, considerable. The examiner checks whether you can use vocabulary naturally and accurately. The stronger your vocabulary, the better your score. And the fourth scoring criteria is grammar. This means, did you use grammar mistake? Did you use correct sentence structure? Or did you only write simple sentences again and again? The examiner checks whether you can use different grammar patterns. For example, can you use simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentences, and correct tense forms? Even good vocabulary cannot save your score. If your grammar has too many mistakes. So remember, these are the 4 pillars of IELTS writing success. You need all 4. Not just grammar, not just vocabulary. Or four together decide your final band score. Master this, and your writing score will improve dramatically. Let us learn the correct structure. A good task 1 answer has 3 parts. First is introduction. In introduction, rewrite the question using different words. Never copy the question directly because copied lines are not accessed properly. Second is body paragraph. This is the most important part. Do not write every number you see. Choose important trend and compare information. Third is conclusion. Finally, write one short summary of the overall trend. For example, overall sales increased steadily during the given period. Another very important factor in the writing section of exam is vocabulary. Many students make one very common mistake. They keep repeating the same words again and again. For example, imagine you are describing a graph and you write increase, increase, increase again and again in every sentence. This is a problem. Why? Because the examiner checks whether you can use a wide range of vocabulary. If you repeat the same words too many times, your band scores start dropping. In IELTS writing, good vocabulary means showing variety. You should know multiple words that express the same idea. Let's understand with this example. Suppose something goes upward on a graph. Instead of always writing increase, you can use many alternatives. You can write rose, climbed, grew, increased, jumped. Each word show upward movement, but using different words make your writing stronger. Now imagine the graph shows something going downward. Again, don't repeat the same word every time. Instead of writing decrease rapidly, you can use different alternative like fell, decline, reduced, dropped, decreased. Now let's look at another situation. Sometimes the graph show no change at all. In that case, you should avoid repeating table again and again. Instead, use better alternative like remained constant, stayed stable, showed no change. This is exactly what examiner want to see. No difficult vocabulary but smart vocabulary variety. So remember this important rule. If you repeat the same word too many times, your lexical score goes down. The more vocabulary range you show, the better your band score becomes in IELTS writing. Before finishing this lesson, you need to remember some very important rules for IELTS Academic Writing Task 1. Because many students know the format but still lose marks by ignoring these small details. And sometimes this small mistake can reduce your band score significantly. So remember this rule carefully. The first rule is write at least 150 words. If your answer is below 150 words, the examiner can reduce your score immediately. Never go below the minimum word limit. Second rule is although 150 words is the minimum, your best target should be around 170 to 180 words. Why? Because this gives you enough space to describe important detail properly without writing too much unnecessary information. So don't stop exactly at 150. Aim slightly higher. Third rule, use formal language only. Remember, this is an academic exam. Do not use casual English. Avoid words like kids, lot of, gonna, wanna, stuff. Instead, use clear and formal vocabulary. Your writing should sound professional. Fourth rule, never use bullet points. Some students try writing information like a list. This is wrong. Task 1 should always written in full paragraphs. No bullet points, no short note style writing. Write everything look like proper academic writing. Fifth rule, keep your tense consistent. Always check the time period show in the question. If the graph show data from the past, use past tense. If the graph show future prediction, use future tense. If the process explain a general system, use present tense. Changing tense randomly creates grammar mistakes. Sixth rule, manage your time carefully. Remember, task 1 gives you only 20 minutes. Do not spend too much time thinking. You a good strategy is simple. First few minutes analyze the graph, then write your answer and keep a few minutes for checking. This time management is extremely important. And the final rule, check grammar before submitting. Never submit immediately after writing. Take 1 or 2 minutes to review your answer. Check spelling mistakes, check punctuation, check sentence structure, grammar errors. Sometimes one small mistake repeated many times can lower your score. So remember, success in IELTS writing is not only about good English, it is also about following the exam rules correctly. Follow this simple rule, avoid unnecessary mistake and your writing score will improve significantly.